What's up, you guys? Welcome to this video. Now, some of you may have heard the news that Zion Williamson suffered a stress fracture in his foot during the off-season. Now, he will be ready to go when the season starts, but still, this is very, very concerning. Why? I'm going to show you right now. One player who missed his two first seasons in the NBA, rookie and sophomore season, is Joel Embiid. Now, have a guess, what kind of injury did Joel Embiid suffer? Yes, it was also a broken foot or a similar injury to the injury that we're now seeing with Zion Williamson, a stress fracture. Joel Embiid, broke his foot just days before the 2014 NBA draft, and this caused him to miss his first full 2 NBA seasons. And yes, Joel Embiid did recover from the injury, but it took him it took him 2 seasons. And also, you cannot really compare Joel Embiid to Zion Williamson because Joel is almost the same weight as Zion. He weighs 280 pounds, but he is 7 feet tall. Now, Zion is 6'7", he weighs 285, and we all know that Zion is way more athletic than Joel Embiid, and he's running and dunking all over the place, which Joel Embiid is definitely not doing. He is moving slower and traditional big man post-ups and all that stuff. He is not running around like 285-pound Russell Westbrook. Zion is basically a LeBron or Russell Westbrook kind of athletic freak, but all that at 285 pounds. So of course this is a lot more stress, or this puts a lot more stress on his joints, his knees, and his foot, of course. Also, no matter how much muscle you pack on or how muscular your legs are, the bones in your legs are still pretty fragile when you look at the image that I'm showing on screen right now. Imagine this tiny little anatomy structure of your foot, or Zion's foot in this case, carrying around a 285-pound monster tank of a player who is strong as fuck, but still Zion is not as ripped as LeBron James. So I guess Zion's body fat percentage is at around 20%. Now let's look at another big man player, Yao Ming. He also struggled with a foot injury. So big man and foot injuries are definitely not a combination that you like to see. So this was the first reason to be concerned. Joel Embiid, who suffered a similar injury, and it took him his first 2 years in the NBA basically to recover from it. And as you all know, Zion Williamson is definitely not running around like Joel Embiid. He is way more athletic and dunks a lot more, sprints up and down the court a lot faster than Joel Embiid. Now, let's have a look at the injuries that Zion suffered so far. 2019, we all remember his Duke game where he suffered a knee sprain after blowing out his shoe. Then 2019, at the start of his rookie season, he suffers a torn meniscus. This injury in itself is very, very concerning because the meniscus is basically the cushion, the natural cushion in the knee joint. And Zion at 285 pounds suffering an injury in his meniscus at the start of his career is very concerning. If we think about all the miles, the pounds of force that he is still going to have, or still going to put on his body, on his knees throughout his career, that is definitely not a good sign and very concerning as well. Now this brings me to my last point, and we're going to have a look at LeBron James, who lost 20 pounds in one off season from 270 pounds to 250 pounds, and John Brankus of ESPN Sports Science is going to explain to you right now why he did that and how this impacted the future and the future health of LeBron James's career.
LeBron James lost an estimated 20 pounds during the offseason. Here's how that weight loss could potentially impact his play this season. By reducing his weight from roughly 270 pounds to 250, LeBron will be able to accelerate quicker when pushing off the ground with the same amount of force. This means his already elite first step could be even faster than the 0.33 seconds we clocked him at last season. But less mass also means less momentum when LeBron is driving the lane, which he did 569 times last season. If LeBron is moving at 15 miles per hour, a defender will have to impart roughly 1,800 pounds of force on a 250-pound LeBron to completely stop his forward momentum. This is about 150 pounds of force less than it took to stop him at his heavier weight, meaning LeBron might have a bit more trouble overpowering defenders this year. But the biggest impact LeBron's weight loss might have is on the rest of his career. All else being equal, LeBron's knees will experience about 7% lower peak impact forces when landing his lighter body. This means that over the course of the season, LeBron's new weight could reduce the beating his knees are subjected to on dunks alone by over 18,000 pounds of cumulative force. Now, if LeBron keeps all the weight off, and that's a big if, his knees will also benefit while he's simply running, which he does a lot. Last season, LeBron ran more than 185 miles in regular season games alone. That's equivalent to running 7 marathons in just 6 months. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brenkus.
All right, so I hope you now understand why I am very concerned and why you should be very concerned as well about Zion Williamson's future in the NBA and his health. In my opinion, he definitely has to lose weight. And by weight, I mean body fat, like LeBron James or most of the athletic freak players like LeBron, Russ. It's best to have a body that is, basically just full of muscle, but not a lot of fat, because the fat is basically just unnecessary weight that your body has to carry around and puts unnecessary load on your joints. Now, LeBron James is always or has always stayed very lean throughout his entire career at, I would say, around 10%, sometimes even lower, 8% body fat percentage maybe. Now Zion, like I already said, is at least at 15%. He doesn't have close to the definition in his arms, for example, like LeBron James or Russell Westbrook. I would guess Zion to be actually at 20%, if not even higher than 20%. So Zion should, just drop like 10 or 20 pounds maybe, and that would, definitely benefit his career long term. And I think the Pelicans really have to take a look into Zion's eating habits or eating routines, because I think that is the problem. I think he just, loves to eat, and I don't blame him for that. I'm also exactly like Zion. I love eating, but as an NBA athlete, and also being a player like Zion Williamson, who already suffered a torn meniscus and a broken foot, he just needs to get his shit together, lose about 20 pounds. That way he would still be a freak of nature. He would still be able to bully through defenders, but he would just be more like a LeBron type of physique, more ripped and vascular. I know that nobody should care about the vascularity of a basketball player, but as far as his health, as far as joints, this will help him in the long term. I don't care what anybody says or anybody thinks. This is just facts, like John Brenkus of Sports Science broke down in the clip that I showed to you earlier. Unnecessary fat puts unnecessary load on your joints as a basketball player, especially if you are a freak of nature with a 40-inch vertical, jumping around, sprinting up and down, and going lateral side to side like a Russell Westbrook, but in the body of a 285-pound guy. Then this is a problem. All right, I hope you understood my point. If you still disagree, then let me know in the comments and let's have a discussion about this. If you like this video and want daily NBA news, then definitely subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a nice day and see you in the next video.